Welcome, welcome, welcome. I know this is kind of different from the rest of the vids I've made, but I've been wanting to do this for a while. This is probably just a hobby that I've been doing on the side. Of course, from the title, you see this is a photography guide. I will be doing this all on my PC, but you can do it on console and mobile, of course. First things first, of course, you're going to want to go to your settings, just graphics. For me on PC, I am able to pretty much max it out. You see, I have shadows epic. I have ray tracing on. I have effects on. I have basically everything maxed. Of course, if you are on, I know on PS5 it has two different modes. It has a performance mode, and it has fidelity mode. If you are going to do photos, I suggest doing it in fidelity mode. I don't know about Xbox. But of course, if you are doing this on Switch or mobile, it won't be as graphically impressive. For this guide, I will be using this map here. I will, of course, include the map code in the description if you are interested. Let us begin. Here I am inside the map. I got showed this map a few days ago. I really like because it has these settings here, especially the 360 camera, which you just get to see all the way around without your skin always looking to where your camera's pointing. It's really good for seeing face lighting, which is really important. What you mostly want to try to do is, of course, go to 360 camera if it is an option, and then just find some sort of background, or maybe just like something up close. Maybe like you just want like a rock as the background and just show off the skin, or maybe you want to show off the full skin with more of a bigger background. Just for now, I will keep it mostly simple. I'll just come over here, just have like the docks in the background. If you one thing, a trick, if the map you're using doesn't have a 360 camera, one thing you can do is just turn around. It's like, all right, maybe I want the lighting just to be right here. I can see where the lighting is going to be if I just turn around a full 180. Now I know my face is fully lit up and it's not going to be like washed out in just pure shadow. So if I stand like more over, maybe right over here where it's more of a harsh shadow, I know my face is still going to be shown because the back of my head is still full of light. It is a little bit tricky with skins that have maybe hats like this one, but in the replays, you can change the time of day, and of course in post editing you can brighten up things with whatever you need. Doing everything is pretty simple. This is mostly the easiest part of it all. So once you find a spot, you like a background. All right, I'm just gonna do a full 180, and I know, or I could just turn on the 360 camera and be like, all right, this is fine. Hey, I got XP. It's like, I know in the replay I can change the time of day to where my face won't be in shadow. So it'll be mostly fine. Alright, now that you have everything all ready, you just go here to your emote wheel. Of course, some skins might be more expressive than others, like this one right here. It is a little bit, you can see, but the ones I'd say are the most expressive are the icon emotes with the dances. Those ones I'd say are the longest, and they also loop, which is good for replays. Instead of just doing one emote like this one over and over again so you can find the right pose, the icon emotes like this, I won't do it for long for copyright, but if you mostly the ones that loop, you could just go back and replay and just go as long as you need to maybe find what you need. I will now cut forward to once I'm done here. It won't take very long. I'm only gonna do for this guy maybe just like 2 or 3 photos, and you'll see once I get to replay. Alright, we're back at lobby. I didn't go for too long. I just sped up, of course, in the footage you saw. I wasn't there for very long. But of course, if you want more photos, you want more poses, you want more expressions, you go for, of course, as long as you need. But for this guide and tutorial purposes, I didn't go for very long. So what you just want to do, go to career, replays. Okay, it'll be the most recent replay, of course, since you just went in. It's just stuff like this. You can just fast forward until you get to the part you need. I usually try not to jump too much far in advance because then it will need to reload the replay to fast forward, and sometimes that could mess with the lighting a little bit, especially if it has complicated lighting in some photography maps. Now that the emails have started, you have all these options. What I tend to do is usually use drone free or drone attach. Usually drone free might be a little better to get more dynamic poses. With drone attach, you can't really, well, you can, but the camera will tend to move with your character. And sometimes maybe you don't want to do that. The reason it has been looking blurry because I have the replay settings from last time. You can see my depth of field is really low because what I tend to do is you could put your jump speed pretty low because you will be pretty close up. Just zoom in with forward stick, or you could either zoom in with focal length. Focal length is kind of the same, but it will be a little more tighter focused. Just go here, maybe, of course it's looking blurry, so I'm gonna put the focus distance a little bit more up, and just like that, it's a lot more clear. Of course, with the depth of field, the background is kind of blurry. Maybe you want a little more background, and that's perfectly fine. You just put this little more up, and maybe 11. That'll be just fine. You know, our skin is bright and clear as well as the background. All right, 231 looks perfect. We want to put our speed back down. Of course, you'll be listening to your emotes in slow motion, which might be a little awkward, but it's pretty fine. Right, here's an expression I turned out liking. You could also do the frame style. Maybe you want a cinematic. It has portrait mode if you want to post it to like TikTok. But it also has square, which is what I use mostly. It makes it just really easy to crop in Photoshop. Here, of course, you go time of day, which is important because you can see right here, my face is still in shadow. But if I just move it just a little bit further, I am suddenly looking a lot better. And just like that, maybe you could put up the exposure a little bit, just to make it slightly brighter, so it's not just completely dark. And just like that, I am looking kind of fresh. Maybe you want to get a little bit fancy, maybe just turn the angle, and it's easy as that. Of course, I'm on PC, so I could just do Alt Z, and then I could just take a screenshot. Or if you, of course, on console, you just take a screenshot with whatever you can. Of course, this isn't the only emote I did, so I'll just go forward a little bit more and see what else I can find. See this one? I ended up liking this one as well. Set it up, center, get rid of the HUD. Don't forget to get rid of the HUD, of course, you are taking a screenshot. And just like that, lined up, take a screenshot. Of course, with drone free, once you are, maybe you want to move, put your drone speed back up and just follow to wherever you went in the map. It might be a little difficult if you're like maybe not looking, you're still stuck in 4x trying to skip an emote. Maybe you found out maybe it doesn't look as good as you originally thought, and then all of a sudden you kind of lose your character on the map. So be mindful of that if you are using drone free. Here I'll put my drone speed back down, So this one I won't be as close, so I will need to change my focus distance. I will need to change it to a little bit, kind of just trial and error until you kind of find it. Right here, I found it around 363, I think it was. It's right here. With the time of day, it is perfect. Of course, if you want to get closer to your skin, you are gonna have to change that focus, and that's just what comes with photography in general. One thing I have noticed that some people do is they just go through the emote, maybe not as slowly as I do to try to find the right pose. What they tend to do is they just leave it at normal speed and then they just spam that screenshot button. And maybe they get something they like, maybe it's something they don't. Maybe, of course, it will be a little bit quicker, but maybe you won't find something that you like in the very end. What I tend to do is go through the emo slowly, try to find that right expression, try to find that right pose, and try to make it as good as possible. Let's see right here. I have, of course, moved. We are closer to this other section over here. He's like, maybe time of day. Maybe you like the color of this time of day. You really like that, evening orange. What you can do is use this directional light angle, and it will be customized to whatever you need. So like before, the light angle was more towards the left side of the face, and now that I've changed the angle the angle to 127 degrees, this side is a lot warmer and is not completely cast in shadow. So maybe just go back down here. Maybe I don't want the background showing as much, so I'll put this back down to 4.0, and right there you can see maybe it's a little mush or kind of grainy towards the edge here, so maybe I'll put it back up to 5.6, and suddenly it's a lot sharper looking. Right here, you close that, close the HUD, and I'm looking a lot better with that new light angle. I think that'll be pretty much it. Of course, you see that this replay is just under 7 minutes, and I could have gotten 5-6 pictures just like that. Of course, if you want more, you just do more emotes. You'd be here for a longer amount of time, but you will of course get more photos out of it. You can post it directly if you want to, but I do recommend just going back and doing some post-processing with Photoshop or whatever photo editing app you have. I will be showing the end results right here on your screen of the photos I just took. Of course, if you do enjoy the video and you appreciated this little guide, do hit that like button and do subscribe. I don't usually do guide videos like these. I usually just do playthroughs or gaming in general, but trying to get back into things. But for now, if you did enjoy the video, of course, subscribe. And I'll see y'all. Bye.